Good morning. Welcome to a new video of Crypto Michael. Apologies for not updating the past 2 days. It has been 2 hectic days with interviews, with lots of work, with building stuff. So I didn't have any time to do it on YouTube, but I'm sure we're back on a daily video scheme right now. And from next week on, I think I'm going to have way more time to build content. So today we're going to discuss Bitcoin, what are the expectations, Ethereum, and a little bit of Ripple and Stellar. Before we start, please like beneath the video if you like my content, or subscribe to the channel if you like to be notified on a daily basis. Also, I'm going to start giving tips and tricks and daily updates on Instagram just regarding trading. So please check out my Instagram beneath the video, and thank you very much if you want to follow me there. So what we have on Bitcoin is that we've seen a very heavy rally 2 days ago. Did it surprise me? It did, yes, it did. Does that mean that I got completely roasted in my trading? No, but it was some heavy work. What surprised me was that we started to accelerate in one go already when we arrived at 10k. I was suspecting that we would have been calming down a little bit more before we continue to rally. So we broke out in one go and we ready towards the next level. And that's what we essentially see in the chart here. And I've taken a clean chart so we can just start using them and start using the levels through it. So if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I've been saying that yesterday that I think buying the dip on altcoins is still the right play to do right now, as Bitcoin is still inside a resistance level, which means that the last hurdle before we start to accelerate heavily is actually this 11.5k level, which we tapped once, which is this block here. If we zoom in, we can see that every previous level is tested, but this level between 11.1 to 11.5 is essentially untested, and we did test it right now. So does that mean that we have to break out of this in one go? I don't believe we are going to do that, and that we're going to test some lower levels and make a range bound structure again. The acceleration will start once we break 11 to 11.5. It did also start once we break 10k, but given the significance of this resistance level, I tend to, in combination with the pure PA and the RSI and the liquidity that's beneath us, I'm saying we have to test lower levels first, which is causing the price to just range for another 4 to 8 weeks normally. And that would suit altcoins. I mean, the altcoins are still looking well. Some majors are doing relatively well as well. So this is the crucial level. So we're just putting that there. Crucial resistance level before bull market. Or continuation bull market. Let's make it that. As there are not many levels above 11.6 anymore. It's going to be 16.2 or 14.3, somewhere in this range where we're going to stop. And essentially in an upwards trend, every level has been tested before continuation. Even the 3.7 level has been tested before continuation. And we stated that we took the liquidity on the lows. It's very likely that we're going to take the liquidity on the highs before we start to consolidate. And that's what we're doing now. So essentially what we were thinking or believing is actually has been working out. So we broke the 10.5k level, or 10k, whatever you make of it. And what we can see right now is we made a higher high. That's great. We are constantly making higher lows. So what is the level you don't want to lose is 9.2 still, but essentially it is around the CME gap, which is around 9.5, 9.7. That's essentially the level you don't want to lose. People are pointing at 10.5k or 10k as a level. I think 10 is the more significant level to use. So if you want to buy the dip, if it comes down, you want to essentially put it in this range, so between 96, 99. You don't want to lose the trend line, you don't want to lose the structure in which we make higher lows, so that's what the bottom where you should be aiming for longs. Resistance zone is clear as well. I will just get rid of the 9.2 as that's pretty significant. These are the levels. 11.2, 11.6, and right now we are consolidating. What to expect? I truly believe we get something like this, and then we start to consolidate before we continue. And that can also be 4 to 8 weeks. It can also be that we're going to consolidate like we did in the structure we did here, or for instance like we did like we do a lot of times in the previous bull market. So we break out, we make a rally, and then 6 months sideways. Breakout, sideways. I think that's the whole overall structure we're still stuck in. So I think we are still doing really well with the altcoins. So that's my honest view. If we start to zoom in, we can see, we have to zoom in some more, or we have got it here, is that we got a structure in which it's still possible that we take one more time towards the high, and then we've got the targets as we measured here, which is 11.5, 11.6, in which case if we take this resistance zone and we break through, I think we can get one more rally towards 11.5, 11.6, which is also going to be one more dip on altcoins. Then take the highs, drop beneath this low, and then we're going to test the lows and we start ranging. Usually when there's a move like this, you will see heavy volatility. The move starts to expand, drop, and then it starts to volatility starts to drain away, and the more it starts to drain away, the better the altcoins will do, as the money will flow from Bitcoin to altcoins. So this is a scenario, range low, support, range high, break through a range high, then probably TPing at 11.6 as that's the CME gap, then break down in towards the range in the resistance or in the range, then we're going to test the range low, and we might even go towards 9.8, and then we start then we get the same as what we witnessed in the previous months, is that we are stuck in a range. So we have discussed the big boy, Bitcoin, and now we can start discussing the other big boy, which is Ethereum. And Ethereum essentially also followed the whole scenario in which we broke out of the construction, we're acting above the 100-day and 200-day MA, and it's doing the same as many of these other majors, which is doing a retest. So breakout, retest of this previous level, we might actually be testing the actual level, which is around 2.6. But overall, we broke out, and you want to get the level around 2.6 to 2.7, and then the continuation is likely to occur towards 4. Next to that, still stuck in the above the 100-day and 200-day MA, so it's in bull territory, and it's just by the dip season. Next level is 0.4. Level after that is 0.56, so very easy place. New higher high, we wanted to get that, now we want a new higher low, we don't want to lose 255. Then Ethereum USDT followed the plan, but if we get a clean chart, it's essentially showing the same as on Bitcoin. I do not believe that Ethereum is going to accelerate from here when there are so many levels beneath us that we should be testing first before we continue. So what I'm meaning with that is that you see expansion, and then you see a block arrange and just sideways movements. In this case, we've had a huge expansion, and we've got many untested levels beneath us. However, the difference with Bitcoin is that usually Ethereum does not provide the best entry, which is in this case the level around 250. I don't believe we're going that far down, as Ethereum is usually just providing only a mediocre retracement. I think the most likely level we're going to go down to is 275. 275 to 285 should be the level that you should be interested in for any buy the dip levels, and then we just start to consolidate, maybe around the 0.6. Then we start to consolidate, and the next rally we should be occurring is towards $400, probably even more towards the level around 480. That's the next levels. Right now, It's not an entry zone, as it's not maybe it's a short hedge. At least that's for me the case right now, to cover the longs that I have on other altcoins. It's not a short full, as it's mid-range. And it's not a long, as it's already extended upwards and not on a support level. So the approach is that when it comes down to 275, 280, you're looking for longs. If it rallies towards 350 one more time and makes bearish dips on the 4-hour time frame, you're looking for more shorts. And now it's also sometimes time to just do not do anything. You have to remember that the market is doing what it wants, but you have to decide what you do with your portfolio regardless of what the market is doing. So at this point, Ethereum is just not providing any entry. However, I do believe that this is also ready for a consolidation period in which we just get a structure like we did previously. Any of these structures and just test the previous levels. Again, I doubt we'll get the 250 level already. If we do get a 250 level, I think we can get it way higher. If we don't get a 250 level, I think we can get it ready towards 480 and then we drop later on towards 250. But we have to see that a little bit. Then XLM, which is showing weakness on the BTC pair. As you can see, the 100-day and 200-day MA are still acting as support, which is essentially what you want to see. Let's see, the levels are clearly, that's the level, and we got a level here which we broke down to. Very downwards move, currently resting a little bit on support, but you want to see more confirmation, rejecting as we can see. So in this case you want to see one more dip, probably towards the low here. One more dip, bullish dip, reclaim, and then we can see a rally towards 1,000 sats. The retest around 900 is the one you want to get, but you want to see more confirmation. If we get this structure, I'm still bullish on XLM. However, we have to get more confirmation on the structure, which we want to see through this bounce, and then the retest you want to get, and then we can get towards 1,500 to 1,800 sats. Essentially what we saw on altcoins in general is they were completely crushed in the setup in BTC pair due to Bitcoin, but the USDT pair or the USD pair is still what you want to see. So what we want to see is that Bitcoin is going to relax and then altcoins can continue doing their movements, which we also saw on Perlin already. So level we want to get tested, it held. Still ranging. I've made this a while ago. Is a lot of comparison with Cardano once it started to break out. Also compression and sideways movements. XLM is showing the exact same figure. Some sideways weeks. Crucial to hold is the 8 cents level, which we do, which makes it likely that after this structure, in which let's see the 6 hour, this is bullish. We're going to continue as we are holding the level and making it sort of bullish flag, and then we can start rallying towards 14 to 16 cents. Then finally XRP BTC, which is essentially testing the previous level for support, flipped it, stuck in a range, and I do believe that we're going to get a breaker out of this downtrend very soon. And once we break out of this downtrend, I would not be surprised if we rally all of a sudden towards the range high, which is 32, which is 37, as target levels for Ripple. Alright, that's my update for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back tomorrow with a new one.